Describe a program or app on your computer or phone. You should say what it is, how often you use it, when/how you use it, when/how you found it, and explain how you feel about it. I'd like to talk about an app called Notion, which I regularly use on both my laptop and my phone. I first discovered Notion around 2 years ago when I was looking for a better way to organize my study materials and daily tasks. At that time, I had many things to manage at once, such as university assignments, exam preparation, and personal plans, so I needed a tool that could keep everything in one place. I use this app almost every day, especially when I study or plan my schedule. I usually open it in the morning to make a to-do list for the day, and in the evening, I use it again to review what I've completed. When I have exams like IELTS, I often use Notion to store vocabulary, write writing outlines, and track my progress over time. I mainly use Notion for note-taking, planning, and time management. For example, I create weekly study timetables, set deadlines for assignments, and even write short reflections about my learning process. I find it especially useful because everything is customizable, which means I can design my own study system. I found this app through YouTube and social media, where many students and content creators recommended it as an all-in-one productivity app. At first, it looked quite complicated, but after watching a few tutorials and using it regularly, I gradually became familiar with it. Overall, I feel very positive about this app. Although it takes some time to learn, it helps me stay organized, work more efficiently, and feel less stressed about deadlines. Thanks to Notion, I feel more in control of my studies and my daily life. Vocabulary. Productivity app. Organize study materials. To-do list. Track progress. Time management. All-in-one tool. Feel in control. 1. What are the differences between old and young people when using apps? There are clear differences between old and young people when it comes to using apps. Young people tend to learn new apps quickly and are more willing to try different features because they grow up with technology. In contrast, older people usually prefer simple apps with basic functions, such as messaging or banking apps, and they may feel uncomfortable with complicated interfaces. In addition, young users often use apps for entertainment and social interaction, while older users mainly focus on practical purposes. 2. Why do some people not like using apps? Some people do not like using apps for several reasons. Firstly, they may find apps confusing or difficult to use, especially if they are not familiar with technology. Secondly, some people worry about privacy and personal data, as many apps require access to private information. Lastly, others feel that apps can be distracting and time-consuming, which reduces their productivity and focus in daily life. 3. What apps are popular in your country? Why? In my country, social media and communication apps are the most popular. Apps like Facebook, Zalo, TikTok, and Instagram are widely used because they help people stay connected, share information, and entertain themselves. In addition, online shopping and banking apps are also very common since they save time and make daily tasks more convenient. 4. Should parents limit their children's use of computer programs and computer games? Why and how? I believe parents should limit their children's use of computer programs and games to some extent. Excessive screen time can negatively affect children's health, study habits, and social skills. Parents can set clear rules about screen time, encourage outdoor activities, and choose educational programs instead of violent or addictive games. However, the limits should be reasonable, not too strict. 5. Do you think young people are becoming more and more reliant on these programs? Yes, I think young people are increasingly reliant on apps and computer programs. They use apps for studying, communication, entertainment, and even mental health support. While this brings convenience and efficiency, it can also make them less independent if they rely too much on technology. Therefore, it's important for young people to use these programs wisely. Describe a time when you felt proud of a family member. You should say when it happened, who the person is, what the person did, and explain why you felt proud of him/her. I'd like to talk about a time when I felt extremely proud of my older sister. This happened about 2 years ago, when she successfully changed her career path after several years of working in a job she didn't really enjoy. My sister had been working in an office job for quite a long time, but she always felt unfulfilled and stressed. After thinking carefully, she made a brave decision to quit her stable job and start learning graphic design from scratch. At that time, many people around her doubted her decision because she was already in her late 20s and had no professional background in that field. She spent months studying online courses, practicing every day, and even doing free projects to build her portfolio. Despite facing a lot of pressure and self-doubt, she never gave up. Eventually, she managed to get a position at a small design company, and later she was promoted because of her creativity and hard work. I felt extremely proud of her not only because she succeeded, but because of her courage and determination. She taught me that it's never too late to start over and follow what you truly want. Seeing her become more confident and satisfied with her life really inspired me and motivated me to be braver in my own choices. Vocabulary. Career path. Quit a stable job. Start from scratch. Self-doubt. Determination. Inspire someone. 1. When would parents feel proud of their children? Parents usually feel proud of their children when they see them making progress or behaving responsibly. This pride doesn't always come from academic success. For example, parents may feel proud when their children learn to be independent, show kindness to others, or overcome difficulties in life. In many cases, effort and good attitude matter more than achievements. Parents are also proud when their children become honest, hardworking, and respectful adults. 2. Should parents reward children? Why and how? I believe parents should reward children, but in a balanced and meaningful way. Rewards can motivate children to work harder and reinforce positive behavior. However, rewards don't always have to be money or expensive gifts. Simple rewards such as praise, extra free time, or spending time together can be very effective. It's also important for parents to explain why the child is being rewarded so they understand the value behind their actions. 3. Is it good to reward children too often? Why? Rewarding children too often can actually be harmful in the long run. If children get used to rewards all the time, they may only do things for prizes instead of developing self-discipline or intrinsic motivation. This can make them less resilient when they face challenges without immediate rewards. Therefore, rewards should be used selectively and combined with guidance and encouragement. 4. On what occasions would adults be proud of themselves? Speech balloon adults often feel proud of themselves when they overcome personal challenges or achieve long-term goals. This could include getting a promotion, supporting their family, improving their skills, or simply maintaining a healthy work-life balance. Sometimes, adults feel proud not because of success, but because they didn't give up during difficult times. These moments help build confidence and self-respect. 5. How does feeling proud affect a person's confidence? Feeling proud can have a very positive impact on a person's confidence. When people feel proud of themselves or are recognized by others, they tend to believe more in their own abilities. This sense of achievement encourages them to set higher goals and take on new challenges. Over time, confidence built from pride can help people become more resilient and less afraid of failure. 6. Do you think society puts too much pressure on success?
Why?
Yes, I think modern society places too much pressure on people to succeed. Success is often measured by money, status, or achievements, which can make people feel stressed or inadequate if they don't meet these standards. As a result, some people may feel proud only when they achieve something big, rather than appreciating small improvements in daily life. This pressure can negatively affect mental health and personal happiness.